The voice and thoughts of Mind Over John do not reflect those of Alex Hirsch or Substack.com. Parody discretion is advised. And now the premiere of ParodyFalls.
I couldn't help think to myself over and over and over again. What if there was a chance, somehow we missed it? No, there is no way, right? No way.
What are you going on and on about?
With a deep sigh, I blurted out. What if we missed an entry in the blog?
What? Come on Tipper, no. Just no and no, alright, no.
No, I'm being serious. What if to get to me us, from looking they, them, lied to hide?
What? Do you even hear yourself right now? You're babbling about babble. No, come on now, shake it off. Home is over the horizon.
But what if we're not?
Oh my wow, I need to sit down.
You are sitting down.
Right, I need to sit up. Tipper, look, we have seen too much and explored outside, inside and even upside down, but I assure you it's over. Now relax or read the old entries. Tipper, that's not relaxing.
Mapel, I'm telling you it's right here in front of us.
What is?
Look, don't laugh, but I had a dream that I opened the blog and I found a hidden entry, one that should not be there.
No, that's impossible. Everything and everyone is back in the right order and the weirdness outside the dome is gone. Tipper, it is gone.
I wanted to say yes, but I knew better and shook my head no, but said yes.
Well, that's not reassuring now, is it?
I dunno, Mapel. It was all I could put together as the clouds became hazy and dark and a familiarity casted from a distance.
What, Tipper?
Mapel's voice felt so distant as I felt drawn to look out the window.
Tipper.
I heard her say my name. I know what I feel and sense assures me I hope I'm wrong, but my gut is against me.
Tipper.
This is weird, I can't shake this overwhelming desire to look. Ouch, ha. Oh hey Mapel.
Don't hey Mapel me. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I don't think she believes me. She's staring me down for reason, looks at window, looks back at me, glances at terminal, then back to me.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
No, I am not buying it. Earlier you were on and on and on and on about an invisible entry we missed, and then you spaced out a moment ago. You sure you okay? You didn't seem okay, not until the great SWAT could I get your attention. You know, even if what you say to be true or I dunno real, I have.
Mapel, Captain, stop this shuttle. Mapel.
Stand by for immediate re-entry.
Ooh, this is peaceful, but what's with all the bunnies, in a meadow? Wait, why am I in a meadow? Tipper, hello.
Mapel, wake up Mapel. Mapel, wake up Mapel. Sniff, wake up. Something not right. Hello, Uncle Dan, something wrong with Mapel, I can't wake her. We were talking just fine and then I dropped a question. Sniff.
Are you crying?
No, maybe, Mapel, she's not waking up.
What did you ask?
Ask, why is that relevant?
I'm going to ask again, what did you say?
I asked what if we missed an hidden entry?
The silence between both lines felt like an eternity.
Uncle Dan, there are no other ghost writers, right?
You want me to follow you? I didn't know I speak bunny. Okay, if you say so. One.
Unofficially, no.
Just a second, Mapel is talking in her deep sleep.
Tipper? She's talking in her sleep.
Yeah, she seems to be calm in a conversation with something or someone, I dunno, also airy.
That's a funny looking tree. But why you want me to pick up that shovel and dig, here? One.
Oh, did you say Mapel is digging?
Seems that way.
Tipper, wake her up.
Just a minute, I can barely make sense of all the mumbling. And then with an urgency.
Tipper tell the captain to return back to Parody Springs due to a medical emergency.
I hit something.
Almost immediately hundreds of bunnies surrounded Mapel. 1. Unco Dan. I think we have a problem. Mapel found something, and she looks worried.
Tipper. Are you en route or should I have Maud beam you out?
Honestly, I don't think a beam is wise. Mapel is in and out. I don't think she is technically with me. Should I augment monitor our call?
Frequently not.
Wow, this looks old. MySpace. What's a MySpace? Wow, how many bunnies live around here? Wherever here is. Ooh, more bunnies coming. Tipper, that's too many bunnies. How did this work? Visualize no more podcast entry. Poof, few AWHL come back. Where you going?
Without a beam I knew it would be such a long trip back. That's when I felt a response from Mapel. She squeezed my hand like her trance broke and she screamed out.
MySpace.
I knew it, feeling overwhelmed with happiness. She just looked deep in my eyes.
All you were worried, weren't you?
No, I wiped too hard and made a itch. Whatever, so where is it?
Where's what?
You screamed, MySpace.
Ooh, that I hid it.
You hid it.
I had to. Tipper, I had thousands upon thousands of bunnies watching me talking to me and...
You were talking to bunnies.
You know, to be honest, not the good bunnies you wanna own. These were dark, really dark soulless bunnies. So I visualized the entry gone. Why did we just zoom by a sign saying, "Degree welcome to Parody Springs"?
Mapel, you were in a trance and I couldn't wake. So I called Unco Dan. He had me reroute our shuttle back for a medical emergency.
But Tipper, I'm fine.
Yeah, now you're fine, but you're not.
Ooh, way, no way, you dude are back. That was extreme beam bada bing bada boom la poof. Is it summer again?
Something like that. Where's Unco Dan?
Touchy, but does he know you're back? I'm betting on it. Wow, alright, later dudes. Bye Seuss. Still don't feel quite right.
Good. So Tipper here telling me you apparently felt or saw an anomaly of an entry that should not be, so can I see it?
No.
Haha, very funny Mapel, let me see it.
Unco Dan, she doesn't know.
What do you mean she doesn't know?
I mean, she doesn't know. Unco Dan takes a seat and stares at Mapel.
Mapel darling, come here in our circle of understanding and help me understand. You don't remember who or what exactly where went which way?
Mapel thought and said.
Whoa, who, where, why, what now?
Mapel screams, time out, feeling slightly dazed.
So well I made it go. Poof, weird, any bunnies wanted it bad.
Scratching his head and looking at Tipper puzzled, and to Mapel it's like time stopped before a response of.
You went poof and the entry was no more.
Yep, Unco Dan, them bunnies, I swear they don't belong. I think they know what you know.
Whoa there, that's a big steep jump. Bunnies don't know what we know, you know. No, bunnies are soft and cuddly and want snacks, not death and destruction. Look, I know you want to believe in a big bad bunny, but Mapel, I assure you bunnies don't control the news.
Mapel jumps up from the circle and looks at the ground with a smile.
I didn't make up the big bad bunny. That one bunny showed me a terminal prompt, very like aggressive passive that no good bunny wanted me of all to push enter. I don't know what I was agreeing to, so I did what came naturally. I forced a reboot and I felt woozy.
And if starting to hold back tears, Mapel closed her eyes to say.
I visualized the terminal broken and in my mind I saw I dunno binary, so I pretended the numbers was letters and I waved my hand aggressively and I think I may have slapped a bunny.
Mapel? Come again, you slapped a bunny.
You did hear the part about flickering numbers, right? Or you just so caught up on slapping the bunny, like seriously?
No, I heard you, a little shocked but I heard you. Alright, let's try and focus. Mapel, close your eyes and keep your eyes closed. I want to imagine a terminal screen. Now, what do you see?
I see, I think it's a bash prompt.
Oh good, alright, now we are getting somewhere. Okay, we need to interface from your mind to that terminal screen. Mapel, reach out in front of and type.
Alright, let's see what you got. By typing in, cat etc. OS release. This looks like a standard release, except this is administered by MySpace OS by glitch at glitchcraft.net.
Hey, my phone rebooted, not cool Mapel.
Oh, I don't like that one bit sis, how did you dod that? With a sigh Mapel says.
Don't ask me how, but I can go and be just about anywhere. My thought.
What? No way. Whoa, hold up. No, there has to be a balance or some major repercussions involved here.
Mapel, it's not necessarily what is written, it's what is not.
No offense, but that makes no sense, Uncle Dan.
I don't think you grasp what has happened to Mapel. She has the ability to alter information by thought, which could have wide implications beyond basic information, you understand?
Sorry, my head exploded. How, what now? Are you saying she can alter time?
Shush. Well, SSSH, let's not jump to conclusions. What we know so far is by thought your sister can see and navigate information apparently without the need to validate approval needed. Forget altering time, this ability if harnessed could be used for crime.
Mapel, never.
OOOH, no way, Luz was right, you returned very early, I may add. Welcome back.
We're not back.
I see you're back. Anyways, glad to have or not have, wink wink, to catch you at, what? Is that,
No, it's nothing.
looked like something.
Afraid not.
Oh, okay, you say so.
Mendy, it's nothing.
It's cool. I dunno, all of you seem deep in conversation and look at Tipper, he's shaking.
Come on, Tipper gets nervous over his own shadow, he's fine.
Meh, you're probably right. Alright, later dudes.
Uncle Dan, if Mapel visualized terminal, why not visualize source code?
Tipper, shush, not another word. Mapel, come here and sit. With your permission, I want you to close your eyes and
Okay, hey, the bunnies are back. Uh-oh, that's way more bunnies.
listen to my words ever so very so carefully. In your mind, I want you to open the terminal.
I don't know about this. I have 2 bunnies inching towards me. I don't think they want me here, Uncle Dan.
Unauthorized user detected.
Okay, let's stay calm and focus, Mapel. We going to try a small test. Alright. Mapel, in your mind you will get mail.aol.com, typing username uncodan1 and just hit enter. Hope I am wrong about this, but when you get to the password field the password and type in what you sensed.
Uncle Dan.
Not now, Tipper.
No, Uncle Dan, your phone.
Unauthorized Dan. I mean, you're doing fine, Mapel. Okay, how's those bunnies?
Not happy.
How that?
The next morning, poor, jaded, famished Passepartout said to himself that he must get something to eat at all hazards, and the sooner he did so the better. He might, indeed, sell his watch, but he would have starved first. Now or never he must use the strong, if not melodious voice which nature had bestowed upon him. He knew several French and English songs, and resolved to try them upon the Japanese, who must be lovers of music, since they were forever pounding on their cymbals, tam-tams, and tambourines, and could not but appreciate European talent. It was, perhaps, rather early in the morning to get up a concert, and the audience, prematurely aroused from their slumbers, might not possibly pay their entertainer with coin bearing the Mikado's features. Passepartout therefore decided to wait several hours, and, as he was sauntering along, it occurred to him that he would seem rather too well dressed for a wandering artist. The idea struck him to change his garments for clothes more in harmony with his project, by which he might also get a little money to satisfy the immediate cravings of hunger. The resolution taken, it remained to carry it out. It was only after a long search that Passepartout discovered a native dealer in old clothes, to whom he applied for an exchange. The man liked the European costume, and ere long Passepartout issued from his shop accoutred in an old Japanese coat, and a sort of one-sided turban, faded with long use. A few small pieces of silver, moreover, jingled in his pocket.
Good. I will imagine I am at the carnival.
His first care, after being thus Japanesed, was to enter a tea house of modest appearance, and, upon half a bird and a little rice, to breakfast like a man for whom dinner was as yet a problem to be solved.
Now,
Thought he, when he had eaten heartily,
I mustn't lose my head. I can't sell this costume again for one still more Japanese. I must consider how to leave this country of the sun, of which I shall not retain the most delightful of memories, as quickly as possible.
It occurred to him to visit the steamers which were about to leave for America. He would offer himself as a cook or servant, in payment of his passage and meals. Once at San Francisco, he would find some means of going on. The difficulty was, how to traverse the 4,700 miles of the Pacific which lay between Japan and the New World. Passepartout was not the man to let an idea go begging, and directed his steps towards the docks. But, as he approached them, his project, which at first had seemed so simple, began to grow more and more formidable to his mind. What need would they have of a cook or servant on an American steamer, and what confidence would they put in him, dressed as he was? What references could he give? As he was reflecting in this wise, his eyes fell upon an immense placard which a sort of clown was carrying through the streets. This placard, which was in English, read as follows. English, read as follows: Acrobatic Japanese Troupe, Honorable William Batulcar, Proprietor, last representations, prior to their departure to the United States, of the Long Noses. Long Noses, under the direct patronage of the god Tingou. Great attraction.
The United States.
Said Passepartout.
That's just what I want.
He followed the clown, and soon found himself once more in the Japanese quarter. A quarter of an hour later he stopped before a large cabin, adorned with several clusters of streamers, the exterior walls of which were designed to represent, in violent colors and without perspective, a company of jugglers. This was the Honorable William Batulcar's establishment. That gentleman was a sort of Barnum, the director of a troupe of mountebanks, jugglers, clowns, acrobats, equilibrists, and gymnasts, who, according to the placard, was giving his last performances before leaving the Empire of the Sun for the States of the Union.
Passepartout entered and asked for Mr. Batulcar, who straightway appeared in person.
What do you want?
Said he to Passepartout, whom he at first took for a native.
Would you like a servant, sir?
Asked Passepartout.
A servant?
Cried Mr. Batulcar, caressing the thick grey beard which hung from his chin.
I already have two who are obedient and faithful, have never left me, and serve me for their nourishment, and here they are.
Added he, holding out his two robust arms, furrowed with veins as large as the strings of a bass viol.
So I can be of no use to you.
None.
The devil, I should so like to cross the Pacific with you.
Ah.
Said the Honorable Mr. Batulcar.
You are no more a Japanese than I am a monkey. Who are you dressed up in that way?
A man dresses as he can.
That's true. You are a Frenchman, aren't you?
Yes, a Parisian of Paris.
Then you ought to know how to make grimaces.
Why?
Replied Passepartout, a little vexed that his nationality should cause this question.
We Frenchmen know how to make grimaces, it is true, but not any better than the Americans do.
True. Well, if I can't take you as a servant, I can as a clown. You see, my friend, in France they exhibit foreign clowns, and in foreign parts French clowns.
Ah.
You are pretty strong, eh?
Especially after a good meal.
And you can sing.
Yes.
Returned Passepartout, who had formerly been wont to sing in the streets.
But can you sing standing on your head, with a top spinning on your left foot, and a saber balanced on your right?
Humph, I think so.
Replied Passepartout, recalling the exercises of his younger days.
Well, that's enough.
Said the Honorable William Batulcar. The engagement was concluded there and then. Passepartout had at last found something to do. He was engaged to act in the celebrated Japanese troupe. It was not a very dignified position, but within a week he would be on his way to San Francisco. The performance, so noisily announced by the Honorable Mr. Batulcar, was to commence at 3 o'clock, and soon the deafening instruments of a Japanese orchestra resounded at the door. Passepartout, though he had not been able to study or rehearse a part, was designated to lend the aid of his sturdy shoulders in the great exhibition of the human pyramid, executed by the long noses of the god Tingou. This great attraction was to close the performance. Before 3 o'clock the large shed was invaded by the spectators, comprising Europeans and natives, Chinese and Japanese, men, women and children, who precipitated themselves upon the narrow benches and into the boxes opposite the stage. The musicians took up a position inside, and were vigorously performing on their gongs, tam-tams, flutes, bones, tambourines, and immense drums. The performance was much like all acrobatic displays, but it must be confessed that the Japanese are the first equilibrists in the world. One, with a fan and some bits of paper, performed the graceful trick of the butterflies and the flowers. Another traced in the air, with the odorous smoke of his pipe, a series of blue words, which composed a compliment to the audience, while a third juggled with some lighted candles, which he extinguished successively as they passed his lips, and relit again without interrupting for an instant his juggling. Another reproduced the most singular combinations with a spinning top. In his hands the revolving tops seemed to be animated with a life of their own in their interminable whirling. They ran over pipe stems, the edges of sabers, wires and even hairs stretched across the stage. They turned around on the edges of large glasses, crossed bamboo ladders, dispersed into all the corners, and produced strange musical effects by the combination of their various pitches of tone. The jugglers tossed them in the air, threw them like shuttlecocks with wooden battledores, and yet they kept on spinning. They put them into their pockets, and took them out still whirling as before. It is useless to describe the astonishing performances of the acrobats and gymnasts. The turning on ladders, poles, balls, barrels, and century was executed with wonderful precision. But the principal attraction was the exhibition of the long noses, a show to which Europe is as yet a stranger. The long noses form a peculiar company, under the direct patronage of the god Tingu. Attired after the fashion of the Middle Ages, they bore upon their shoulders a splendid pair of wings, but what especially distinguished them was the long noses which were fastened to their faces, and the uses which they made of them. These noses were made of bamboo, and were 5, 6, and even 10 feet long, some straight, others curved, some ribboned, and some having imitation warts upon them. It was upon these appendages, fixed tightly on their real noses, that they performed their gymnastic exercises. A dozen of these sectaries of Tingu lay flat upon their backs, while others, dressed to represent lightning rods, came and frolicked on their noses, jumping from one to another, and performing the most skillful leapings and somersaults. As a last scene, a human pyramid had been announced, in which 50 long noses were to represent the car of Juggernaut. But, instead of forming a pyramid by mounting each other's shoulders, the artists were to group themselves on top of the noses. It happened that the performer who had hitherto formed the base of the car had quitted the troupe, and as, to fill this part, only strength and adroitness were necessary, Passepartout had been chosen to take his place. The poor fellow really felt sad when, melancholy reminiscence of his youth, he donned his costume, adorned with vari-colored wings, and fastened to his natural feature a false nose 6 feet long. But he cheered up when he thought that this nose was winning him something to eat. He went upon the stage, and took his place beside the rest who were to compose the base of the car of Juggernaut. They all stretched themselves on the floor, their noses pointing to the ceiling. A second group of artists disposed themselves on these long appendages, then a third above these, then a fourth, until a human monument reaching to the very cornices of the theatre soon arose on top of the noses. This elicited loud applause, in the midst of which the orchestra was just striking up a deafening air. When the pyramid tottered, the balance was lost, one of the lower noses vanished from the pyramid, and the human monument was shattered like a castle built of cards. It was Passepartout's fault. Abandoning his position, clearing the footlights without the aid of his wings, and, clambering up to the right-hand gallery, he fell at the feet of one of the spectators, crying,
"Ah! My master! My master!
You here?
Myself. Very well. Then let us go to the steamer, young man."
Mr. Fogg, Outer, and Passepartout passed through the lobby of the theatre to the outside, where they encountered the Honourable Mr. Bartlecar, furious with rage. He demanded damages for the breakage of the pyramid, and Phileas Fogg appeased him by giving him a handful of banknotes. At 6:30, the very hour of departure, Mr. Fogg and Outer, followed by Passepartout, who in his hurry had retained his wings, and nose 6 feet long, stepped upon the American steamer. That concludes Chapter 23. Remember, this series is available with captions and animated with Plotagonstry and Augie. Join us on mindoverjohn.substack.com/subscribe. Until next chapter, stream on.